welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a collection of journals to show you. I'm calling them Irish Meadows because they are inspired and made in Ireland, and I used a lot of plants and I printed a lot of plants on textiles, and yeah, so they remind me of meadows. And let's get into the covers. I'll show you the covers. So there is 6 in this collection. The size is 22 by 18 centimeters is the cover. So they are like big A5, wider A5. And so let's see. So there is 5 signatures. The cover is flexible, so there is cardboard in between. This is thick linen that I dyed emerald green or blue. There is eyelet and ceramic. It's like hard porcelain bead. There are different colors on different journals. The beads are also on the bookmarks, and I tried to match the beads to the cover colors. So orange and blue. Blue is there, and then there is a little bead on the middle signature. That is also ceramic, and the covers have been all sewn around on all the sides. This has all been sewn in. This is a print of some plants, real plants, printed on jelly plate onto linen. That's a vintage linen, but obviously because I printed over it you can't really see it, but it's nice natural textile. Then I collaged it with some muslin, cheesecloth. You can see it here. There is some machine sewing. I sewn into the flowers that printed on. I sewn some thread into them, and I sewn moths onto the collages. So that's all sewn together. It's not coming off or anything. Then I patched another print on here, more thick linen. I love this light and dark orange and this turquoise moth, and then there is another moth here, so you can see all the stitching. This is from the linen cloth. It was tablecloth, so you can see the embroidery. That's all sewn to the cover. So the closures are 2 pieces of fabric attached inside. You can see sewn inside, so they are really sturdy. And then there is another piece of fabric on the inside of the cover. I dyed that, hand dyed that as well. You can see I like dyeing it sort of so it's got this marble effect, so it's irregular, it's not just like one block of color. So this is a print I made using the plate. It's all linen, natural materials, it's all textiles. So this is a plant print, and that's a big pocket here, and this is the first signature. This is the inside. This is another print of mine on pergament paper, Enid Holden page, drawing paper 120 GSM, tea dyed. All the pages, book pages, are vintage, real vintage book pages from British natural history books. This paper is from a textbook, and I said in my last video I love the surface of it, it's really nice for fountain pen. So I didn't tea or coffee dye it because it changes the texture of the paper, and I like how this is, and I like that it's green, goes with the meadow theme. This is vintage embroidery book from my mom. It's very old, and I thought the colors and the theme, because it's nature theme, go with the journal, and it is really old, and I thought maybe somebody would like to have that in there. Here is an envelope I made. I dyed it, and it's very grungy, and it's got a mushroom stamp and a sticker. Coffee dye paper, book page. So yeah, all book pages are vintage. Tag, and here is the middle of her signature. This green paper I dyed, hand dyed as well, and matched it with this green book page of mosses. So these are, the theme is what you would find maybe in woodland or hedgerows and meadows. So mushrooms, pocket here, and this is hand dyed tracing paper, pocket there, all loads of sewing. So it's birds, plants, loads of my original artwork, printing, butterflies, pockets with some irregular edges. This is pocket, this is fabric linen that I printed with my block stamps that I carved, and with some fabric ink. Here is fussy cut mushroom, and here is some new natural history papers that I used in this book. They are all matte, and so I like that. I'm not a big fan of gloss. And these are birds, you can see. So that's from my new pack that I discovered. This is tea dyed glassine bag with sticker of mushroom and plant on it, with a tag in there. You can see the bag is big, and it's sewn onto this page, and I tore the front of it so you can see your tag in there. This is vintage page. This is from 1920 book about healing plants. I sometimes use these pages, very rarely. It's like a chalky texture. It's a lithograph. It's a like handmade print, rather than like machine like these days. So it's very rare, and this is the last of it. I think there is one in each of these books, and I don't think I have any more of them. I have another book from the same book, but I'm keeping that. So from now on it will probably be just copies, which are also good because I've got good printer, but this texture of this paper is so chalky and unusual old, so I put one print in each. They are all different, obviously. Tea dyed music page, mushroom book page, Chinese, thin Chinese paper that is actually from China. I got this new book, vintage but new for me, new to me, and it's this format. I don't know, when I like something I buy two, one to keep, one to take apart. So this is new, so this is it, Britain's Wildlife Plants and Flowers. So I think, yeah, this one is mine, and the other one is for being taken apart, and this is what I used. So they are long pages with all different plants, animals, and mushrooms and insects on them, so that's new. This is British Encyclopedia of Plants, so that's also natural history book, all original and all vintage. I don't like to copy them too much because I want you to have the vintage pages, plus why not, they're a lot nicer. And it's a different page in each book, so I don't repeat myself. This is my print made into 2 pockets, and I dyed this paper emerald blue. The other side of the book, and another vintage page from a book, Observer maybe, I don't know. Pergamon, another pocket. Oops, sorry. And this is little Observer, I think little book of birds. So these are vintage too, gorgeous. So I sewn it onto this index card, and it's like a little tag. This is an eco print on watercolor paper pocket. Like everything is sewn around. All the signatures have loads of sewing. Mushroom natural history paper, embroidery page, tea dyed papers, pocket with a print of poppy, book page with dragonflies, gorgeous, Enid Holden page made into a middle with some vintage mini Observer book pages. I will cut the strings off. On journaling cards, one is eggs and one is wild plants. So this, we've got bookmark, 2 bookmarks here. German nature book, Nature of Europe. So I will show you the books. I will leaf through all the books. This is a little collage that I made in each book, different in each book. Here is a pocket, little glass in bag, paper with a mushroom fussy cut and my print. And this is the new paper from the new natural history collection again, and this is my print on some calico with a fussy cut of big moth. So this print is Queen Anne's lace and then some other plants with seeds. I thought this print was great. And lace pocket with a tag, pergamon paper, beautiful book page from Book of Birds, beautiful book page from some sort of encyclopedia of British plants, another of those long pages, envelope here in the middle, sticker of mushroom, vintage stamp. Stamp's not actually vintage, it's just a stamp with mushroom, and a sticker with plant, hand printed pocket with a little detail of a moss there. Another, the other side of this book page, butterflies and moths, drawing paper, multimedia sort of paper, you can do anything on that. And we've got some lichens, I don't know how you say it, mosses, book page, vintage of course, and some collaged paper together with a print, another print. Here is a print on calico of some Queen Anne's lace, and I embroidered French notes into it, as in the seeds. And here is a pocket with a butterfly. I thought it would go with the rest of this paper. Another pocket, another natural history paper, book page, textile, pocket printed. That's an original print by me as well. Here is another page. There is 3 pages of this in each book. So we've got some violets, handmade paper with plant matter in it. Book page, another book page, check paper, yellow, Enid Holden page, pocket, and here is another plants and explanation from that book. And this is a little Enid Holden page pocket, and this is one of my prints again on textile, on fabric. And this is all sewn. This is a big pocket on the cover, signature cover, with a butterfly glued there. And that's the back of this book. I love how when you stuff them, when you use them, they will get more chunky and soft and round. Oh yeah, and there is a bag with some bookmarks and couple index cards that are tea dyed, and it's a glassine bag that I dyed this emerald color as well, so that's some extras. And I love how round the spine is and how round the book can get if you fill it with your photographs or journaling. So that's that one. Then I have this one. So there you see the linen collage, the moths that I embroidered. These are some grasses from the riverside. The colors under some are green and beige, and it's all different printing techniques. Then there is like collaged pieces of different colored linens together and printed on it with some sewing, stitching, machine stitching, and then it goes into this color. You can see the outline of the flowers and plants. I love this orange and how that shows plant heads. You can see the stitching there, and another moth. And then inside is different. All the prints and papers are different, because here is bird one, because they are original, the prints and the papers, but the books, the idea and layout is pretty similar, but you've got different colors, different prints. Here is the bag with goodies. This one is not blue. Oh look, these are some vintage page of mine. This is not blue because blue one is attached to one of the actual pages. So every book has 2 glassine bags. One is loose and one is attached. Here are some toads, and this one has got red and blue as porcelain bead, and a green one here. I love them. I love how glazed they are. And this one has a yellow ending of the strings in the middle signature. So here we have got cranberries, and here we have some berries as well. Enid Holden double page. They have got a lot of Enid Holden pages. Here is the blue glassine back pocket, mushroom pages, birds, plants, anything you would find in hedgerows and on the edges of forest. And I will put this envelope together, of course. the stamp, mushroom stamp again. So there is plenty. This is the vintage print. I was talking about the chalky texture. So this is another one of those. That's why I put them protected with this permanent print. And more of the same. This is butterfly pocket here. So you've got mostly original pieces. I love how this green goes with this green dyed drawing paper. It just matches so well. So most of the book pages are original. The artwork is original. But there are some tags in each book. There is about 10 tags in each book, which are made from original book pages. And there is couple prints that I printed. Couple prints that are of vintage pictures, but are not vintage prints. But there is not many of those. Mostly these books are quite different from each other. You won't find the same print into the book. So this is linen, and there is muslin on it. You can see how that breaks there, and the plant is printed into it. It's so subtle. I love the colors on this. And this is the moth. This is some machine sewing. You can see the threads. I love this cover the most, I think. So subtle. And this is the back. 5 signatures. Orange bead. You can see the sewing here. And this is the back. So this strip was green and this was orange, and it just works out beautifully. Yeah, I think this one is my favorite. Look how round the spines are. I just love how the spines got, and all the sewing, everything is secured and sewn around. I will show you. This is French knot embroidered again on this plant print for the seeds. It's these grasses with these seed heads. So I embroidered that. Then you've got more of the same. Loads of goodies, and here is a print, block print of mine. And here is more prints and on textile. You can see it's like double color Queen Anne's lace. Goodie bag. Another print on calico with this moss. More book pages, more drawing paper, more of everything. Every book has got the same amount of all papers, except they are different. So this is another natural history paper. This is all mice and I don't know what they are, weasels. I really love that. And this is plants. And there is an eco print. There is one in every book. Enid Holden, this long bird page, and that's the back. This is another print on calico of some grasses. I think that's rapeseed. I don't know, rapeseed. So we've got 3 left. I don't want this video to be super long. So here is this one. This is a textile collage. So this is a textile. This is cowslip printed on. Here is some netting. You can see I collaged this fabric, this net fabric to it. And I sewn some of the cowslip heads. And we've got some butterflies and moths. and round spine again. So nice to hold, so lovely to hold. And here is the back of it. Here is some cheesecloth. You can see the textures of it. Here is some sewing, massive Queen Anne's lace hat, here printed green, another Queen Anne's lace hat, and a moth. And I will show you the prints inside. So this is my print on calico. What's happening here? Stuck. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's hidden there. Nothing. It's just a glue line. I wasn't careful enough with the glue. So that's a calico print. It's quite thick textile. You can see how I printed those heads, flower heads on it. They're like dry seed heads. Another natural history page, another textile pocket. They are all different as well, obviously. You can't get, it's a monoprint. Monoprint is one print. This is eco print. You can't get two of the same. Here is bird paper, glassine back pocket. So all the prints are obviously different. You can't really get one that is same as another one. So I'm just showing you. All the papers are beautiful. I'm just showing you. I love this October. The textile print. So here is a rusty. This is rusted calico with some Queen Anne's lace. Another natural history paper. Another pocket. There's embellishments and some rustic prints and loads and loads. You can see here print, paper print made into a pocket with some butterflies and butterflies on here, and another print on calico made into a pocket. There is just so much to see in these books and so much space to write and stick things in and document your life or your garden or your autumn or your summer. So much to see, so much original artwork, so many vintage pages, so many book pages with information about nature, about the variety. And yeah, I'm quite happy with these books. I wanted to make something like this for a long time. I'm thinking about something else now that I'm gonna start in September, and I cannot wait. I've got ideas. They will be obviously nature and botanical. So here more fabric collage with cheesecloth, sewn in these moths and sewn through prints of cowslip, collaged up fabric. I think this is like a vintage napkin that I reinforced with glue because it was very weak, and printed some flowers over it. You can see here, and more flower heads, colors and sewing, and another moth. And you can see how this muslin cheesecloth that is glued to it, it's not going anywhere, and it's all sewn through this printed cheesecloth, how it goes. that direction. I just love the textures, absolutely love the textures of the different fabrics and the sewing. So 1, 2, 3 moths again. These beads are yellow, green and brown and yellow. And you see Enid Holden pages, the triple pages, beautiful. Here print on fabric, embroidery page, book page, natural history paper, goodie bag, glassine goodie bag, another print on vintage linen this time. Another handmade paper, envelope. Here we have almond, bird cherry and cherry laurel. So another of those big pages. Here we have some prints of Queen Anne's lace with French knot embroidery on rusted calico again. I think these books would be quite good for, oh, here is double page from Edith Holden. All the books have them in different places, of course. This would be good to document your autumn as well, because of this is the vintage chalky lithograph print with wild pear and wild strawberry, wild raspberry, like wild berries, lovely, just what you need in the hedgerows. And autumn would be great to document autumn because of the leaves and the colors of these books. Pocket, block printed pocket, pussycat mushroom, loads of details. Well, I love these books, even if I say so myself. I do love making, oh here look, what a beautiful print here. Textile print of grasses. I love the soft covers and how flexible they are and how you can put all sorts of things into them. I love the round spine. This is the last book. This is blue and red. So you can see this is fabric with, this is printed blue, flowers printed blue, embroidery of a moth. Here cheesecloth again. I love the different textures of fabric, sewing, moth. I just love working with fabric, and I also like how different colors, how sturdy these journals are with this thick linen, not linen, canvas, thick dyed canvas there. So we've got some leaves. These are like blue, yellow color, cheesecloth, some fibers. These fibers are from this canvas fabric. I sewn them on there. I love the texture of those fibers. Look, they're glued and sewn on there. Nothing moves. It's all very secure. This one has got orange and blue and red, and the red bead here. I don't know how many pages each book has. I would say 10 papers in each signature, 5 signatures, that's 50. That would be 250 sides or 200 sides. So 10 papers in each signature is 20 halves, 40 sides, 240 sides, front and back. Yeah, 240 pages front and back in each book. That's including everything. So here is a print of on calico. Ooh. I think butterfly glue has leaked into there. So it's all open now, all clean. Yeah, so this is another monoprint on calico, another double, well, flip page, wildflowers, this sort of middle pocket, Chinese paper, vintage print. I printed it, but it's a vintage print. I think it's painted by Adolf Millot. He made beautiful paintings from nature, absolutely stunning. So here is another monoprint, Queen Anne's lace, and I tried to match it. So these are quite dark blue to go with the blue and red cover. I tried to match the color of prints to the covers. This one came up really lovely, this print. Please, more of the same, Edith Holden. Here another print on fabric made into a large bouquet. Handmade paper. Vintage bird print made into like a double pocket, and blue print of grasses, light blue and dark blue, natural history paper with feathers, and natural history paper with moths. I love them. I love moths and mushrooms, but you probably know that. Eco print on watercolor paper. Mushroom page, vintage page, obviously, double page from Edith Holden book. Like I said, every book has one. This is good quality music page as well. Vintage embroidery book, and this Art Nouveau print and book page of some mosses hanging down, lichens on trees. Here, Kontrolní lístek. That's a Czech thing. I think it's like an office thing. He dyed it, put it there, so it looked good. Observer mini book of birds, that's an original page. All these are original on these cards. Here we have orange linen that I block printed. Mosses, obviously original vintage page, pocket. There is two of these in each book. One is with mushroom, one is with something else, plant maybe, or butterflies or moths, all differently dyed because it's hand dyed. All of water lilies, and here we have some. This is the vintage linen cloth. You can see the embroidery here. That's done by my mom actually. And these two-tone grasses printed over it. And here we go. This has got like nice greens and blues and yellows. Interesting cover. So that's all of them. I hope the video is not too long. It's 40 minutes. I hope you don't mind. There is 6 of them. They will be on my Etsy tonight at 6 o'clock Irish time. That I think is midday, 12 o'clock Central Time in America. But I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. So let's look at the round spines because I can't stop looking at them. When I bound this book, they got so rounded. They just got so rounded, and I just loved it. It just happened on its own. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and until next time, bye bye.